and thank you for attending. Let us take a moment to reflect and honor Martin Luther King legacy by opening with one of his quotes on education. As he quoted, "The purpose of education is the function of education is to teach one to think intensely and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, this is the goal of true education." Education today is very critical, and likewise, our PTO is about promoting quality education at all levels. And this morning, we'd like to acknowledge our Board of Ed rep, Ruby Hedge, Dr. McCursey here, and Mrs. Cadis. Our agenda this morning. So we would start off with Dr. McCursey presenting the budget with key points. And then Mrs. Cadis will speak to us, and then we will be followed by PTO business, and we do have some approvals. And then we'll have closing remarks. So Dr. McCursey, let's start with you. And I made you co-host so that you can screen share if you need to.
Okay, thanks. Well, can you all hear me? Great, let me, bear with me a second. We had a district-wide PTO presentation last week on the budget. I'm gonna try and do two things at once, just talk and set up what I'm gonna share with you. One second. Are you seeing in front of you a big screen that says Weston Public Schools FY 2022? Okay. All right. So I will not go, let me finish the sentence. I stopped mid-sentence. So we had a presentation for the entire PTO, a single one for all of the schools. I'm not going to redo that whole thing for all of you at Hurl, but I'm just going to hit a few high points, if you will, highlights, but I will pull it from this PowerPoint. This PowerPoint is posted, and that session was recorded. So, and that session included presentations, very little from me, I just set it up, but very importantly heard from the rest of the leadership team, as well as very importantly from Laura Cadis for Hurl, but as well as for the other principals. But just so you can go there, you can look at the whole PowerPoint, you can listen to the presentation, which I would urge you to do, because then most importantly, you're going to hear from the long-term ongoing leaders for the district and especially for your school. So, but I'm just gonna, again, as I said, highlight a few things. Just, are you seeing introduction now? Just to make sure this is working. Okay. The bottom line on this budget as submitted is that it's a 3.81% requested increase, 3.81%. As many of you know, districts, at least in Connecticut, talk about the growth number. We don't tend to talk about the millions of dollars that you also see on this slide, but it's that growth number, and I think you'll understand, it's the growth number from what was last year's budget to propose for this year. The 3.81 number, and the board's doing an excellent job with this now, being really thorough as they should be, and we embrace that as administration, being very thorough with us on probing all aspects of the entire budget, but also what leads to that 3.81 increase. That's a good number though, and we probably will have to have a lower number than that, but that's a good number. Westport submitted almost a 5% increase. Darien submitted north of 4% increase. The Greenwich Public Schools, which does their budget earlier, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Their board has already approved a roughly 3.8 increase, and that does not include healthcare. in Greenwich, healthcare is outside of the district budget. So figure that's about a 5% increase that board's approved. So the administration's worked really, really hard to bring in a number that we think allows us to continue all of the excellent work for your children, allows the staff to be as comprehensive and supportive in terms of the academic side, the social emotional side, curricular, extracurricular side, and to keep all that going, and at a growth rate that then is also very respectful of the taxpayers. Nearly every dollar that the district receives to do its work is through residents and the
Did Dr. McPhersey?
We just lost Dr. McPhersey for.
Is Laura on? No, she
Um,
okay.
No, she just got bumped as well. So we would we would continue on, and then I will admit them. I don't know what technical glitch that just happened there. I also lost connection briefly as well. So so in the meantime, once they log back on, we will resume with his his budget meeting. And we will just go straight into our agenda and PTO business while we wait for them to rejoin. So I'll pass it on to Ginny.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. This is just our speakers upcoming in the next few months. And Nicole, you may need to hype up and support me on the content of these if you wanted to preview them. But I believe Claudia Alfrich has already given at least the first of her talks, or no, on the COVID copers. Am I speaking about the right person?
Yes, Claudia Alfrich is the COVID Parents Workshop.
Okay, so we can look forward to more, and I think her series of presentations on coping and parenting during COVID. And then Nicole, you might need to jump in again on this Dr. Reynolds, who will be speaking to us, I believe, in an evening session in February.
It's Janelle Reynolds from UConn. She would be speaking on diversity and inclusion. And it actually will be on the 23rd, which I will share the dates in the morning.
Okay, that's it for me.
Maria, would you like to share our philanthropy requests?
Yes. Hi, everyone. So we have 2 philanthropy requests. They've been approved in exec and philanthropy, and we just need to get approval for them today. The first is funding for the Parent Speaker Series, which is starting we just had our first one, and we'll be continuing on in March and February, March. The series supports parents during the pandemic. It will provide, it'll talk about topics including COVID, anxiety, and supporting children at home during remote learning, which I could have used today. It's going to be split between WIS and Hurlbut, and they're asking for what? Can you hear me? Nicole, I can't hear you now.
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Okay,
Can everyone meet their mics, please?
The background noise might be Grayson, my Grayson, in his call. So apologies if that's coming through. Okay, so they're asking for $1,500 per school. This will be split between WIS and Hurlbut. Can I get a first?
Be first, Ginny, Maria.
And a second?
I'll second Jennifer Charles.
Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, and the second request, hold on one second, everybody. Let me just ask my child to be quiet. Okay, sorry about that. The second request is for an additional $300 for the A-frame. When you pull up into Hurlbut and there are special announcements like half day or kindergarten registration, that's the A-frame they're talking about. And they just need a few more pieces for that, letters and numbers and stuff. So they're asking for $300 to complete that. Do I have a first?
First, Gina Toth.
Thank you, Tina. And a second.
I'll second Jennifer Charles.
Thank you, Jennifer. That is it for philanthropy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria. Let's just pause here, and I wanted to welcome Ruby to Ruby Hedge, our Board of Ed rep and parent, Hurlbut, to share any thing with us important.
Hey guys, thank you. Since Dr. McCursey was going to do the presentation, I'll just kind of ad lib a couple things to note. So like he said, administration did give us a budget of 3.81. Where we stand today is the board has asked for an additional 1.5% of cuts and what that looks like. We have not solidified anything. We have not endorsed anything yet. It is all, we're kind of in the information gathering phase right now. The next meeting will be a workshop where administration will come to us with those list of cuts. And that will be tomorrow from 5 to 8. It'll be on YouTube as well if you can't make it tomorrow, just to kind of recap. But I do encourage you to watch a portion of those videos just so that you can kind of keep on top of what's going on in what school. And I just do want to preface that, you know, while we're talking about these cuts, we have put it out there that they should stay as far away from the child as possible. So that's it. So we're going to just continue workshop meetings tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, Ruby. So I wanted to talk a little bit about nomination. Our nomination for 2021-2022 is live. Marlo Villapeg is the nominating chair. We do have to still have a general vote or nomination for her. So can I have a first?
I'll first, Jenny.
And can I have a second?
Second, Ginny.
Thank you. Marlo's email is listed here, as well as the nomination form is on the website. We're still looking for 2 volunteers, PTO members, to join the committee. And the current board slate will actually be presented on the current board members need to submit their forms on January 29th if you're still interested in your same position or another position. And then the vacancy positions are posted, and then the proposed slate is presented on March 24 at the PTO General meeting. I know it sounds like it's far, but this is a process that we need to start. So, you know, we would like to have the nominations coming in and share with your friends and friends' names as well. I just saw Dr. McCursey rejoined, so we will pause and let him continue his presentation. Let me just make him co-host again. Back to you, Dr. McCursey.
Yeah, thanks. Just so you know,
not hearing you.
I think it's frozen again.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely, I think that it's actually within the district that they're having some.
It definitely is, because the same thing's happening in tandem with Barnaby's live class, which is happening next to me. So,
Bill
Okay.
sent a text message that it's with CEN, which is the statewide provider.
Okay, great.
But
All
Dan's
right,
working on it.
thank you. Okay, so we will continue with our agenda. And we will go to the minutes.
Okay. Nicole, is it possible to open up the minutes? I had included them in the folder last night.
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So just once Nicole opens that up, I know it's it's a little hard to do, but if anyone can just, well, just as she's scrolling through it, if I can just get a first for approval for the last general PTO meeting minutes, and this was from November. So if I could get a first, that'd be great.
First, Ginny.
Thanks, Ginny. And then also, can I get a second?
Second, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
So we would move into the treasurer notes. First, we have the operating budget. And we would start off with the total operating income is $6,837. The changes for the December financials were $195 in the t-shirt income. The New Year teachers luncheon donation is at $410, but it's not reflected in here fully. And then we have our operating expenses of $1,915. The change in the operating expenses are the Bumblebee t-shirt expense for $451, and the snacks that we supply the teachers with for $374, leaving us with a net income of $3,499. We would move to the philanthropy. Our philanthropy movements for the month of December. 500 was paid out in discretionary funds, the principal, and teachers' reimbursement for supplies are at $621. Our philanthropy cash is at $79,500 with our pre-approval of $18,000 for the schools, leaving us with our philanthropy estimated cash balance of $41,245. We also need to have a vote on the budget amendment for operating, and that budget amendment would be for $300 as a speaker, which we would be putting towards a donation to our Yukon speaker coming up in February. So can I have a first?
I would first, Jennifer Charles.
Thank you. And can we have a second for the $300?
Second, Ginny.
Jenny, do you want to share anything with our parents?
No, nothing particular. I mean, the buzz obviously continues to go out. I've just put up there, we're always open for ideas. We really just want the buzz and also our website to be as useful as possible for parents. So I'm trying to bring the website a little bit more up to date. There was some information on there from a while ago. So if anyone does look at it and has any ideas of things I'd like to include on that or in the buzz, please just let me know.
Mrs. Cadis sent a note. Again, yes, it's a district-wide, and she apologized that she couldn't attend a meeting this morning. She wanted to note that they're scheduled to return grade ones on Monday and January 25th. And she will be sending out an email confirming the plans to parents and confirming that there is not going to be like an adjustment or flipping flopping of the schedules. So you can be a little bit at ease, and that the remote learning will continue for the in-person.
Nicole,
Yeah.
I'll just add one thing here is if anyone missed the BOE meeting last night, Laura did highlight that kindergarten was going very well with all of the students back in. So she anticipates first grade being as seamless as kindergarten. And with regards to second grade, right now it's slated for February 8th. Obviously, as we get closer to that date, it will, we'll just confirm it again, but that's currently the plan, is that second grade will go all back in February 8th.
Awesome. Thank you, Ruby. Now, I just want to highlight some upcoming events. So if you can mark your calendars, the superintendent search open forum is on January 25th at 7 p.m. The PTO president and executive board met this morning. And we have to say it was a very, we feel that it was a very productive and strong meeting. And we had the opportunity to share with him, and we thank you for the input. We also have the Board of Ed meeting coming up. This is going to be a public forum on Tuesday, February the 26th. At 7 p.m. And this is going to be where the public will, I think it will be public comment. And Ruby, you can probably step in and share a little bit more, and on behalf of the budget that is being presented for 2022. Then we do have the parent workshop that Ginny was talking about. That is, the second session is going to be on Tuesday, February 9th at 9 to 10, and an evening session at 6 to 7 p.m. Feedback from parents, they felt it was quite informative, and it really was beneficial for them to attend. We had a low turnout, and we feel that we would be needing to do a little more promotion on this parent workshop, which is paired with Hurlbut and Wyss School. And then mark your calendars again for the our next PTO general meeting would be on February 17th at 9:30 a.m. And then we're having the speaker event, which is going to be all 4 PTOs. Again, diversity and inclusion. The topics will be shared coming closer to the date. That is on February 23rd at 9:30 a.m. to about 10:45. And this brings us to the end of our meeting. Do remember to sign up for our 2021-22 board positions. And again, we thank you for attending our meeting, and we apologize for the district-wide glitch. Thank you.